Thank you so much for stopping in. We're going to do a pick a card again today. I'm going to hold up the cards, and then I'm going to ask you to pick which deck most appeals to you. This is going to be number 1. This is going to be number 2. This is going to be number 3. 1, 2, and 3. So pick a card that most appeals to you, and then we will get started. So if you picked deck number 1, this is the picture you would have picked. Let's see what we have for you today. If you picked tile number 1, card number 1, deck number 1. If you are looking for a romantic relationship right now, the energy is saying that you're going to be receiving that desire. You are looking for a loving relationship. It seems as though you have been telling yourself a story of what you want. If you haven't been telling yourself a story about what you want, I always feel so stern. I don't mean to be. As a reminder, I'm an intuitive oracle channeler. So I'm channeling in this information, and I always feel like I'm being so stern, and I'm really not. I'm really not wanting to, but all of a sudden I heard myself being really stern. If you're looking for a love relationship, and if you have been telling yourself the story of what you want, you're going to be getting that. That energy is really good right now for you to be getting that, getting that love, that nice, it says tender embrace, that just really comfortable love that you're looking for. If you haven't been telling your story, start telling your story. Start talking about what you want. Start writing what you want. Begin to be truthful with yourself about what you want. Take your pen, take your paper, and begin to write what you want. As you write that, you must know that the list can change. You can adjust the list. You can add to it. You can take something off. But you need to, if you haven't done that, you need to begin to do that. This is the next card. There is very powerful energy that you are going to be getting, that tender love, that love that you have been wanting, the love that you have been dreaming about. The energy is with you for that. And when you become certain, you don't have to be absolutely certain, but when you have your story, when you have said what you want, when you have written down what you want, you surprise yourself by getting it. And that is why when you write or say what you want, think about that. Think about what it is on the list. What do you want in a love relationship? This is a love reading. What do you want in your love relationship? You need to ask yourself that. You need to write it down, and you need to review that list, because you can add to the list, you can refine the list, you can subtract from the list. And by doing that, you're going to surprise yourself. It will be an unexpected reality. And then you will say, wow, that was on my list. Wow, that was on my list. And that's what I got. This is your next card. It says beyond the ordinary. So the energy that comes from knowing what it is that's on your list, knowing what you want, that comes in more of an unexpected way because you didn't believe it. That energy, your power, your manifestation of all the things that you wanted, you see them as extraordinary. You see them as a dream come true. You see it as, how in the world did that happen? How did that come into my life? How did that come in so naturally? How did that person come into my life so naturally? There was no effort in it. I thought love was supposed to have effort. That's what they're saying, you're saying. It's beyond ordinary. It's dreamlike. It's dreamlike, and you just can't believe it. This is the next card, Divine Matrix. Because when you do those things, when you write down what it is that you want, when you have certainty about that, you enter a different matrix, you enter a different energy zone. And you realize that all that you want really is possible. Spirit of gratitude. All that you want is possible. We have been telling humanity that all they need to do is they just need to know all the possibilities swirl around them. And what you have to do is you have to reach up and pull on one of them. It's like a bunch of balloons floating, and the strings are hanging down, and they're at different levels. The strings some are long, some are short, some you have to reach farther for, some are just right here. We constantly tell humanity that what they want, all they need is to reach for, intentionally reach for what they want. So if you are wanting love, then you need to say what that means to you. You need to say what that means to you. What does love mean to you? Does it mean somebody that is around 24/7? Does it mean that somebody is around periodically? Does it mean somebody that is not really reliable? Does it mean that somebody is really reliable? You can count on them no matter what? Does it mean somebody that's clingy? Does it mean that somebody is distant and cold in their love? What does it mean? Does it mean that you want somebody that has an addiction? Or does it mean somebody that doesn't have an addiction? Does it mean that you are adored? Or that you're just here? You're the best thing. You're the next best thing. You decide. because anything that you want is available. And when we speak of divine matrix, we speak of entering into the knowledge that you can reach for any of those balloons, any of those options that you choose to pick. It's up to you. Okay, I'm just gonna pick a couple of these to see how, just get a little bit more. Actually, you know what? Let's use these angel cards. They're all in. Let's see. Let's just kind of see what else what do the angel cards have to add to this? Let go. Let go. If there's certain things on the list that you don't need, let go of them. And that you are having the opportunity that you are waiting for. And that opportunity comes in the what it is you want, the opportunity to know that you've got the ability to just reach for what it is that you want and bring it in to your energy. So if you picked this, if this is your card, this is number one. If you're looking, this is a love relation. This is a love reading. You have, if you want it, you got it. If you want love, you got love. And just remember, love is also for children. Love is your job. Love is the garden that you grow. Fit those words into a romantic relationship. I mean, you're not going to have a romantic relationship with a garden, but you can certainly have a love for your garden. You can certainly have love for walking. You can certainly have love for picking up rocks. So this was, thank you, number one. That was your reading for, let's pick a card. Okay, now we're going to card number two. Welcome, card number two. Thank you for being here. If you pick this card, this is going to be your reading. It's a general reading. Take what resonates with you. Accept that. If something doesn't resonate with you, then, maybe one of the other cards might. But let's see what we can get for you today. It is, like I said, it's a general reading. As a reminder, I am an intuitive oracle channeler. So once a card comes up and I start getting a message, I'm channeling. Okay, so card number two, welcome again. And this is going to be your reading. That is the Ten of Wands. The King of Cups. I'm just going to add a few. I'm not a tarot reader. The Justice card. Okay, so card number two, this is the message I'm getting. You have been really contemplating your life, maybe your job, your relationship. You've been contemplating your life. You kind of feel like you've been struggling. You've kind of been feeling like you're really not moving as fast forward as you would like to be moving. So in this contemplation of your life, you kind of expect it to go a little bit faster, but you feel like you've been slowed down. You feel like you have to struggle to move forward. And part of that is that you have not been paying attention to what your intuition is saying. You haven't been paying attention to the energy that's presented to you. it's kind of like the energy comes in and you may not intentionally be doing it, but you're pushing it away. You're not accepting it. And that has made your life a little bit rocky. So if your life is a little bit rocky, this is the King of Cups. If your life is a little bit unstable, if your life is a little bit rocky, open up to the realization that you haven't been paying attention to the signs. You haven't been, you're getting signs, signs that you maybe should slow down, signs that maybe you should rethink a path. You're being given signs that you're not either seeing or you're not interpreting them. Like everything's a struggle. Everything seems to be, you just have to push really hard, or just really, it's an effort to get anything done, even the simplest things done. If that's the case, you need to step back and you need to start saying, what does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean I need to rethink what I'm doing? Does it mean I need to rethink what I am planning? Does it mean that I need to adjust the way I do things? Because you're not paying attention to what the signs are. But it is a struggle. And it's making you unstable. And that is not a good place to be. This instability can lead to corrections and lead to good things. But right now, your instability is because you haven't been paying attention to what it is that you need to do. What you need to do to recognize why things are hard. So you are at a point where you need to really start paying attention to that. You need to pay attention to your signs. Why are things slowed down? Why aren't you being able to move forward? Just whatever's happening in your life that's hesitant, that's keeping you from moving forward. And this is the Eight of Swords. And you're bound together. You have bound yourself down to because you haven't been paying attention. You haven't been paying attention to your signs. Your signs are there. Your signs are there. And then the underlying card says that it's the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands. The message I'm getting from that is you've got strength. You've got it. You just need to be that strength. You need to hold it and sit in it. They do say that a lot. You need to sit in your strength. Because you have all of the answers. They're all hovering around. All of them, all of the options, all of the answers, all of the things that you're resisting seeing are all there. And you just need to put them together. You need to start seeing them. You need to start seeing them. And then once you do that, you have set yourself up into a most delightful path. You've cleared your path. Oh, it's the Sun card. It's the Sun card. You have cleared. Pay attention to your signs. Pay attention. You're getting signs about a number of different things, which is making you not be able to move forward. I know I keep saying that, or they said it. Now I'm saying it. So you're restricting yourself. You're restricting yourself. You're binding yourself down. You're ignoring what your messages are. This is my transmission. We are showing you that your opportunities are everywhere and you just need to light them up. This is the best card. You need to light your opportunities up. You need to show the light on your opportunities. You need to take your flashlight and look at it. And then your path, your movement forward in anything, in all directions, your resistance no longer is there, and you'll just go, woof, you'll move fast. You'll think, oh, how did that happen so quickly? Once you take that resistance out. So you need to think about what it is that you are resisting. You need to recognize what it is that is being presented to you and why you are having resistance, because that is what's holding you up from having all that you want. This is actually a really, really good message for you. This is card number 2. Everything you want is at your fingertips, but you're resisting it. You're resisting whatever it is. You're resisting the messages. You're resisting acknowledging that you have the strength, that you have the power, that you have the answers, that you have the resources. They're all there. They're all swirling around. And you just need to own them. You need to own up to it. You need to accept it. Because once you do that, everything you want starts to flow. Everything you want starts to flow. Okay, that's all I'm getting. Thank you, for card number 2. That is your message. It's a really good message. You just need to own it. You need to own it. You need to sit on your throne. You need to sit on your throne and own it. It's all there for you. It's all there for you. That's a really good reading. That's a really good message for you. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to go to card number 3 now. So thank you, card number 2, for being here and liking and sharing my videos. Okay, now we're going to move to card number 3. If you picked this card, this is the reading that you picked. It's going to be a general reading. And it's a general reading, so there may be parts that resonate with you, maybe parts that don't resonate with you. But just listen to it, and if you need to, listen to the other ones, and get the overall message. But this is going to be for card number 3, just a general message. See what we have for you today. No specific question. Just see what kind of information we can get for you today. Card number 3. All right. Your first card is Carrying Connections. Second card's Yin and Yang. The third card is Envy. Second chakra, Ariel. And the fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. Okay. The message that I want to remind you, I am an intuitive oracle channeler. I pull the cards, and from the cards, I channel a message for you. The message that's coming through on card number 3. There's someone out there that you have gotten into a relationship that is really becoming troublesome. And you feel like there's some falseness to it. The message for you is that you need to get some balance into that, because the relationship started in a kind of a manipulative way, and now you are finding out that maybe it isn't the right kind of relationship for you, but it is something that you drew into for yourself. And you're having envy. You're looking at other couples and you're saying, that's what I wanted. But you manipulated the relationship in the beginning. And so now you see that you don't have a balance and that you do have envy because you're looking at other people. Other relationships and saying, that's what I want. That's what I wanted. So you become envious of that. And if you let that build, it's not good. I mean, it's not a good energy to have in a relationship. And it really does create some very much turmoil. So then I just got this called a storm warning. I just got the additional information that it's not just a relationship that they're giving to you right now. They're also saying if you manipulated yourself into a occupation or you were manipulated into an occupation, so it's romantic, it's career. If you were manipulated into a job, it creates turmoil, and you need to look at your situation. This is a warning, not a warning like a serious warning, but this message is telling you in any part of your life, if you've manipulated it or if you've been manipulated into it, you either need to find some balance. You either need to find some balance in that understanding so that it doesn't develop into an envious, regretful, agitated behavior in you. Because it is building. And if you allow that to continue, it creates so much disruption in your life. So adjust it. Take this time now to adjust it. Adjust it. Either correct it, change it, or balance it. If you believe that you've been manipulated in any way, instead of getting to the envy point, figure out what you want, present it, and try to create a balance for you. You can't let it get to envy. I'm seeing that there's a group that is already at that envy point, that envious point, that agitation, that anger point. And in order to get away from that anger point, consider how do you get that balance? Either change it, correct it, or get out of it. But you have to get that balance because you cannot live in that energy. It's telling you right now that you don't need to, you need to stop going towards that aggravation point and find a balance. Present your idea. Doesn't matter. I mean, if they say, well, you're fired, or if they say I'm leaving, or if they say whatever, I mean, if it's cut off at that point, you have to be balanced. It's not nice to have to end things that you kind of rely on, but sometimes you have to. But in this case, you have an option to balance instead of letting it get to a point where you're torn apart. Everything is just in disarray. It's better to do it early than let disarray come. And if you do that, then you have that really perfect, almost dreamlike state that you've created your balance. You've created your garden of Eden. That's what I heard. But that they say that because you understand that it's a peaceful place. You're peaceful in your heart. You're peaceful in your head. You know that you have a soft landing. But you have to do that balancing work. You really do. Even if it means walking away. Even if it means walking away, nobody ever wants to hear that. It's very difficult. But sometimes you have to walk away. And in order to get the garden. And definitely stay away from the chaos, the destruction. Definitely stay away from the destruction because that's too hard to repair. Okay, so if you're in this situation, this is me talking. If you're in this situation where you started something, you came into a situation, if it's with money, with love, with work, with relationships, with society, if you've come into that and in a manipulative way, you sense that it was manipulated and it's really not turning out the way you thought it would, then get into the mode of correcting it. Think about what it is. Think about how you can correct it. If it's walking away, if it's correcting, if it's you've got to come to a balance. You've got to come to a balance. You're being advised to get to a balance so that you aren't anxious, that you aren't envious, that you aren't jealous, that you aren't angry, because that really messes up your whole balance. And if you are sensing that right now, you need to do that correction. You need to get into a balance so you get rid of the envy. No more envy, no more anxiety, no more chaos, so that you get to that place where you have confidence, the place where you have joy, the place where you can create what you want to create. And you've got options. If you start now, you've got options so that you can fix it and not be in a rough spot down the road where you don't have options. Use your options now. And happiness comes, flow comes, happiness comes. You have the resources that you want. They're in your hands. You just need to take advantage of them. I kind of think that they stopped. I kind of think that this is kind of it's kind of harsh, but it's also really telling you that, giving you a heads up, kind of putting you on notice that you have the ability to balance. And that's really important. You have the opportunity right now to balance and get to and make the corrections. The earlier, the better, because the earlier you may have been doing this for a long time, but just start doing it. Find the balance. What is it that's going to make you happy and present it and come to a balance? You can't keep going like this because it really makes you too unstable. So if you have gotten into a situation where you feel like you've been manipulated, in whatever area of life that anyone has, seek balance. Present your balance, and then your options begin to open and you know what you need to do. And you know what you need to do. That's it for card number 3. Thank you so much for being here. If you picked this card, it's card number 3. Card number 3 is the reading is telling you to balance. And do it now. Because that really does open up your path to enjoyment and living your life right. Thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you, number 3, for being here. Thank you for liking and sharing my videos. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. And please stay tuned because there is a lot more to come.